Thank you for your interest in NWTC. In this first video, we're going to look at the application checklist. The application checklist is located on the first page of the International Student Application. At the top of that checklist is to do the International Student Application form itself. This is essentially pages 2 and page 3 of the application. You may need to submit other pages of the application as well, but those are depending on your individual situation, and we'll talk about those here in a minute. The second item is to submit a non-refundable $130 International Student Application fee. This helps cover administrative costs and allows us to deliver your forms in the quickest way possible while attending NWTC. The next step is evidence of financial support, and this is a requirement by the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services Department as well as the Department of Homeland Security. Students are required to show that they have sufficient personal funds to cover the cost of tuition and fees as well as the cost of living for their entire first year of study. There is more information on page 4 of the application. At NWTC, the estimated tuition and fees for students is $6,864 for the 2014-2015 academic year. Students who live with sponsors or family will be expected to show this amount on their evidence for financial support. Students who live independent will be expected to also show that they have sufficient funds to cover their living expenses, estimated at $8,400. This means that they will need to show $15,264 in total financial support. Students may also rely on family and friends for evidence of financial support. In that case, you will need to have your sponsors submit a financial support form with their signature showing that they will be willing to support you in a certain dollar amount written here in the amounts in US dollars space. Evidence of financial support will need to be in the form of a bank statement that shows clearly the name of the account holder and dates of deposit no more than 60 days old. You may also use an official letter from a bank stating the account holder has at least the minimum amount required, the amount shown in the blank for your financial support sponsor, or the total amount that you are required to show if you are doing it independently. If you have children or a spouse who will accompany you to the United States, you will need to fill out the F2 dependent information form so that we know what to put on their I-20. The next item on the list is proof of English proficiency. If living outside the United States, you will need to submit a TOEFL or IELTS score to NWTC. The paper-based TOEFL score is 480 for academic programs. The internet-based score is 55, and the IELTS score is at least 5. Students who have lower scores may still qualify for intensive English language programming. Students who arrive at NWTC for the first time can expect to take an AccuPlace or a Compass test to verify their language level. Those who score below academic program requirements may be required to take intensive English language courses or other remediation in addition to their general studies or some of their program courses. Students arriving from native English-speaking countries can have this English language proficiency requirement waived upon approval from the NWTC International Programs Office. Students living in the United States may wish to submit other U.S. standardized test scores, such as those listed here, in lieu of a TOEFL or IELTS score. Also, proof of attendance of a qualified intensive English language program or attendance at a U.S.-based institution of higher education may be used as proof of English proficiency if approved by NWTC's International Program Office. Please submit a photocopy of your passport and proof of high school or secondary school completion. For proof of completion, students may submit high school diplomas or transcripts. They may also choose to submit college or university degrees or transcripts, showing that the student had attended the college or university in the United States for at least a short period of time. NWTC also needs official copies, which are either original copies that we may return to the student or official copies with official stamps or signatures of authenticity. Scanned copies may be submitted, but students will need to bring their originals to the international orientation on campus for verification. There are some optional materials that you may need to submit for instances such as being a transfer student. You're welcome to write a statement of purpose if you feel there are special circumstances that are important for NWTC international admissions staff to know when evaluating your application. For those who are interested in a host family or for housing arranged by NWTC, please submit a letter introducing the following information. 1. Introduce yourself. 2. Explain why you're seeking special housing options. And 3. What are the preferences you have for housing, such as roommates, location, family type, smoking or non-smoking, etc. If you have other higher education experience at another college or university, you will also want to consider submitting transcripts to see if any of your former credits will be applicable to your NWTC education. But if those transcripts are not in English, you'll need to submit them for evaluation with a company that does transcript evaluation, such as World Education Services. You can find more information within the application to explore these options. If you have further questions, you can contact NWTC International Student Recruiter and Advisor, Bo James, at bo.james@nwtc.edu, or contact him by telephone in the United States at country code 001, area code 920-498-5702. Thank you for viewing this video. We hope that you check out future videos to learn more about the application process.